Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Jakks Pacific in their Netflix Sonic Prime line, we are featuring Dr. Deep, New York City. Okay, so last year in 2023, one of my favorite action figures, probably in the top three, was Mr. Dr. Eggman from the Sonic Prime line. That figure just completely floored me. I was so taken back at how much I loved that figure. It was one of those figures where it felt like every time I'd handle it, I'd discover something new, or it just consistently just wowed me every time because it was such a fun-looking figure. And on top of that, there were like little tiny nuances which made it so enjoyable to like play with and fill around with, like how his hairpiece kind of like was like posable and movable, and that just like I thought was so trippy. Dr. Deep seems to be more of the same, and I'm all for that. The Sonic Prime line of figures is excellent. If you're into like the idea of multiverses and different iterations of characters, the Sonic Prime line is cool because it gives you all these different representations of like how these characters might look or exist somewhere else. And Dr. Deep, New York City, it just looks like a fun time here. On the back, this 20-something version of Dr. Eggman thinks of himself as a philosophical deep thinker and the most bohemian member of the committee. And there's just something very true about that in general. It seems like every character is kind of like social commentary on some sort of like stereotype or architect or archetype of some sort of persona that exists like in the real world. Like, you know, this when I read that description, the first thing I thought of was some of the 20-somethings I'd run into, like when I'd go and venture off into the city for like a fun time, like on a Friday or Saturday night. And everything about this figure just screams fun. The whole toy line is just incredible. Some other figures in this lineup include Black Rose, another variant of Amy, Chaos Sonic, which looks awesome. I'm like kicking myself for not buying this figure the last time I saw him. And we're looking at Dr. Deep. Alright, so we have another variant on Robotnik Eggman, and this is Dr. Deep. A surprisingly large figure for a Jakks Pacific video game character. You know, most of the time they're a lot shorter than this. Let me grab a couple. Give me a second. Alright, so here's some other Jakks Pacific video game action figures, just to give you an idea of how much larger this is. So here's Dr. Deep. He probably stands in at about 5 3/4. We have Shadow the Hedgehog from the mainline Sonic line, and you can see the height difference there. It's almost like twice the height. We have the incredible Tails 9 figure, also from the Sonic Prime line. And this figure is awesome. I've been on the hunt for this figure for like, I think almost 9 months since the line debuted. And this guy's crazy. He has 70 points of articulation. And then we have the Streets of Rage Axel figure, also produced by Jakks Pacific in their Sega video game line. And these two, they look like they could party together. So, but let's get back to Dr. Deep. Amazing looking action figure. He has such wonderful tattoo work over here. A lot of fun imagery. You have some wild things going on, like the chicken and the egg. Of course, he has his power bead bracelet over here. The twirled up mustache. So everything about this, it really screams his description. He's very 20-something, very bohemian. You know, at that age, you kind of think you have all the answers to everything, although you have like zero life experience to back it up. You know, it's all about knowledge, not wisdom for Dr. Deep. You know, he doesn't have the wisdom to back stuff up. He just has you know, he maybe read something about something online, or maybe his friend shared him a story, or he read something in the paper and he thinks he knows it all. You know, that's Dr. Deep right here. You know, even has the folded up jeans with exposed ankles and no socks. So yeah, this is a guy that, you know, you'd run into in the city on like a Friday night at the bar, you know, holding court. And I feel bad saying that because I know people like this, so forgive me. You know, we're still friends. So awesome action figure. I do love the color scheme with the kind of like dark gold against the the maroon and the red. Kind of has the cloudy blue, and of course he has, like, you know, the haircut. This guy just cracks me up. This line is the Sonic Prime stuff. You know, the whole concept of it is just really ingenious. It's really fun. And they take a video game character and an IP that was introduced like in the early 90s, and they found a way to keep it fresh and relatable and in modern times. The figure's head's articulated. It doesn't swivel as much as you'd like because you're kind of hitting the lapel up here. His arms move. Elbow bend and elbow swivel. He has articulation at the wrists. No waist swivel, unfortunately. His legs kick up. He has a knee bend, and they also swivel. And articulated ankles. And even has the ninja split toes on the soles of his feet. So yeah, this is such a great figure. Jakks Pacific, man, oh man, they always surprise me. You know, this blew my mind when they gave us Streets of Rage. You know, Tails 9 as an action figure is this phenomenal with 70 points of articulation. That's friggin' unheard of, and I can't stop handling this toy. Every time I see it, I just want to like fiddle around with it. It's so cool. And then you get more of the same with Dr. Deep. If you haven't seen or picked up the Mr. Dr. Eggman figure, I highly suggest you check that one out. That was one of my favorite figures from 2023. And this one is just more of the same. Very fun, very delightful character. You know, any iteration of Robotnik / Eggman for me is always a win. So yeah, feel the power. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I will see you at the next one. All right, later.